I'm not saying it only must have. Yes, thank you. I will do it.
River State to inspect some of the projects of high prep and at the same time to commission some water project in around the Ogoni area, sir. And I want to start by saying that Port Harcourt is like my second home, Your Excellency, because I did my NYC here in 1980. And last time I was in this government house about 45 years ago. We were hosted here by the former governor, Odili. I think Mulapad Wakilo, sorry, Your Excellency. So we're hosted here by Michael by Wakilo, 1980, I could remember, in March. So it's just like homecoming, Your Excellency. And I'm sure we all know why we're here. We're here to look at a project that has been going on for about 6-7 years now, which I think is very important in terms of trying to address the remediation of the degraded land around the Ogoni area, Your Excellency. We've been here since I became minister about twice. The first time you are in Lagos, you are in Abuja, and the second time I think you are also not in town. So this is the first time I think I'm coming here to brief you on what we have been doing, Your Excellency. The project is going very well now, but when we met it, there were a number of problems, Your Excellency. The problem include the fact that there were a lot of issues around the acceptance of the project by the community that the project is meant for. And that's one area we've been trying to engage in community involvement, in trying to make the people believe that this project is their own. The ownership of the project is very important, Your Excellency. I've had a lot of engagement. I've had a lot of town hall meetings with the people to let them accept the fact that this project is their own project, not anyone's project. And what we have started doing, which is differently what was being done before, is that we are planning along with them. We are planning with the people rather than planning for them. So we are trying to get them as much involved in the project as much as we can do. So that's what we have been trying to do, Your Excellency. We have gone quite far. We are now moving from the simple sites. We are going to start the complex site in the next few months as we go along. But the remediation is going on very well, and I will want to request Your Excellency at any given time, if you have time, maybe it's good for you to go and visit some of the areas that we are doing. Tomorrow we are commissioning water project. We have done about 4 before, about 4 we are commissioned, and we believe that these projects are not just meant for the Ogoni people, but I think it's also going to extend to a number of other communities around River State. So it's important for us to understand that it's not simply limited to the Ogoni land, but it is the impact of this project will extend there. And one thing that I want to also request Your Excellency to assist is the issue of, we are doing Ogoni Power Project, which is also equally very important. What we are trying to do there is try to build the transmission lines. We are taking generation from national grid, but what is important is the transmission that we are trying to do. So we are pleading with the state government to come in the area of distribution, because in terms of power, you find that you start with generation. Then when you put the generation on the transmission line, the next step is to put that transmission onto distribution lines. And what I think we are putting there is not only limited to the 4 local government of Ogoni land, it's going to extend beyond that area. So I believe that if the state government comes in and support us in that area, it will go a long way in trying to address the problem of power in that area. We understand that water is critical, because when we are talking of pollution, the first victim is water. So that's why we are putting more emphasis in trying to address the issue of water, and we're also trying to address the issue of health, because pollution normally comes with the issue of health. And we have been addressing this. We are going to a sort of community engagement in terms of trying to address and understand the nature of the diseases that are brought by the pollution. But at the same time, we're building a state-of-the-art hospital, which has gone, I think, more than 50% now, which I think is going to address some of the bigger issues related to pollution. And we have so many cottage hospitals that we're trying to do, which is also linked to that. So in that area, Your Excellency, we have been receiving a lot of cooperation from the state government. There are a number of engagements that we've been doing, particularly in the area of health, that we are getting support with the state government. And what I always say is that the HYPROB is a project. All projects, they have lifespan. And I believe that by the time it comes to an end, most of the facilities that are being erected now will definitely go either to the federal government or to the state government. So I believe that the cooperation we are receiving from state government is quite tremendous, particularly in the area of health, where a lot of engagement we do it along with the state government, and we do it in state facilities. So, Your Excellency, we want to thank you so much for this, and want to appeal for more cooperation and more ownership from the state government and from the Ogoni communities. I've gone there several times. I've talked to them, because what we require is their support. There were a number of agitations based on lack of understanding of what the project stands for. But I believe that we have overcome that in the last 1 year or so, and we are moving forward, Your Excellency. So I want to thank you very much for this opportunity to come and brief you on this, and we are going to send maybe a much more elaborate brief on HYPREF, I think from the PC. Maybe as we leave here, the PC will give you an elaborate project assessment where we are coming from, where we are, and where we are going, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for this, but I want to make an appeal, Your Excellency. In my introduction, we come with the resident coordinator of the United Nations. The whole project started from the intervention and support of the United Nations, and they are the ones that have been supervising this project for a very long time under UNEP. Today, we are here with him, Your Excellency, so I want to appeal on their behalf, if you will allow them to just say some few words, Your Excellency. I believe that they have a lot of things that is lined up for River State, and them being here, I think they can also get them to engage with some of the departments of River State. We have the resident coordinator with the overall boss of UN in Nigeria, and at the same time the head of the FAO, which is also very important in terms of what we do. So I will want to appeal if they can be given the opportunity to say something. And I just keep my mind, Your Excellency, that is what we call WACA. It's a support from the World Bank in trying to address coastal states in West Africa. In Nigeria, we have been doing very badly, Your Excellency, because of lack of having a framework. And this framework is supposed to come from coastal state, of which River State is an important integral part of that. So I want Your Excellency to also find ways and means of trying to address how we can benefit from that. We've been discussing with the Minister of Agriculture of Environment of all the coastal states, but I think it's not doing as well as it should. There's a similar sister project which is in the north, the Akrista. Akrista is doing very, very well, but WACA is still yet to take off. We are going to try to Excellency on that, so that we can get River State as one of the most important coastal states in Nigeria to join in that. There's a lot of support, there's a lot of impact that is expected from that project. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and if my request is just for the UN to make some comment, Your Excellency. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for stopping by to brief the government of River State, who fortunately is the host of Ogoni land. Ogoni land is inside River State, and if you're coming to do anything, it is proper for you to identify with the government while you go ahead with what you're doing. So we appreciate this honor, knowing fully well that for a long time, this protocol has not been followed. But we give glory to God that today, gradually, the right things are gradually being done. So you're welcome. I am happy with the progress report that we just received here. We're all putting hands together, working together to make sure that these issues that we're having in Ogoni land are resolved. You can only make the people happy after all they've gone through when meaningful development are returned back to those places. We all know the situation of Ogoni land. They don't have good water. They don't even have the farmland for agriculture anymore. Their rivers are already polluted. If they have anyone that is remaining, the fishes there are already contaminated. As you're eating, the life expectancy even in those places, those days they used to live up to 100. But now, when you get up to 25, for a very young man, maybe some 50-something, they say, thank God. Because whether we like it or not, the food we eat when it's contaminated, the water we take when it's contaminated also affects the element in our system. So I'm happy that this administration, being led by the President Senator Bola Tinubu, is taking this issue of Ogoni serious. Honestly, we want to assure you here that as a government, we will do everything within our power to make sure that you succeed as the minister who is overseeing this affair now, and also for our people to have a better life within the organization. I want to appeal that while we go on with this program, it is not just coming to commission the water projects and a few other things that have been outlined here. The Ogoni people, the directly affected people should be part of it. That should be their buy-in. They should be, in fact, they should own what you're doing. And how do they own it? It's not you sitting in Abuja awarding the contract to somebody we don't know. In as much as I don't support issuing it to somebody who could not deliver, but the community people should be part of the process so that they have that sense of belonging, that sense of responsibility, and they also give the sense of protection. Because if they believe that they are not part of it, issue of sabotage comes in. So I want to advise that going forward, whatever you're doing, whatever plan you have for them, let them be part of it. It is important. On the issue of the water project, I'm happy that that is already done and you are going to do the commissioning tomorrow. I believe that our people will take full charge and protect the projects. I can assure you that. I will personally, I know I can't be there in the event tomorrow, but we will send our reps to be there with you. We'll also have a meeting with the community and the head of the leadership of those places, because in this particular place, it's not just about the government. Authorities are somehow, it trickles down to the locals, to the chiefs, to community heads. So we'll look for a way to have a meeting with them so that they can also be part of it and make sure that these things you're coming to commission is protected. So not just after commissioning, after about a week or two, the process collapse. So we'll try and do that for you. You mentioned something very important to this administration, the issue of power. In fact, I can say it here without any fear of any contradiction that my administration paid for metering of Eleme, Tai, Kokana, Kana, including Andoni, for ease of power supply. So I'm happy that you're also doing something to that effect, because if we're talking about development coming into the Ogoni land, you can't develop without power. Power is the most important thing. Even the issue that we're talking about, the effective healthcare services, power is even needed, because those machines, those facilities that you want to install here, they need constant power. So power is, not having power is just like not having life in a system. So please, I will appeal that whatever it is you need to do, whatever you're doing, you go ahead with it. Where we need to come in to support you, to make sure you succeed or complement what we've already done, we will not hesitate to support you. Let me take a little part of what the UN coordinator said on the issue of MDG, or they call it now SDG. When it started, it used to be MDG, but now they've called it SDGs. You see, when we took over, we did a study of a lot of things in the states. This government is almost a continuation of the immediate past administration, but that is not to say that we are not supposed to look at areas where we have made mistakes or where we did not perform optimally. So after our analysis, we found out that health, outside the jamborees that we were doing, we're showcasing the direct effect of healthcare was not felt in the states. And we had to go all out to make sure that we do what is right. And I believe what you saw or what you're seeing in the recent report is because of our deliberate action to make sure that we improve the state of our health services in Rivers State. I can tell you, we have won several awards as performing states when it comes to issue of health, because we know that it's an important aspect. You need to be alive to work. You need to be alive to be productive. We didn't end just in the aspect of the health, knowing fully well that if the goal, the SDG goals has to do with poverty, healthcare, education, education is also a key. That with education, you also reduce the level of crime. Because when a lot of people are educated, they get positive engagement. This engagement, in a way, reduces at least 10% of those people that are supposed to go into crime. So I can assure you, the coordinator, that we're not ending it where we are today. In the next 6 months, we might even be inviting you to come and do a tour of what we're already achieving. Because we have a lot. By the special grace of God, in the next 2 weeks, we'll be unveiling Bori Zonal Hospital. This hospital is to take care of tertiary, intermediary, not even if not full tertiary, but intermediary cases, medical cases, to reduce the pressure that we're having in. We'll just thank everyone for what you're doing and to assure you that the state will continue to do what is right, continue to take that very envious position in the scheme of things in this country when it comes to issue of healthcare, issue of education, including support for both federal and international organizations when their activities are in Rivers State. Not just ending there, also assure you of our own security protection. Because at the end, if you're not assured of security, you also cannot even function effectively. So we assure you that we'll do everything within our power as a government to make sure that your success is our success. So while you succeed, we succeed, and to make sure that we all, as partners in progress, have a pass. Very big one. Let me not go for credit. The issue is either you're passing or you're failing, but there's going to be a pass for both of us in ensuring that we better the life of our people. Let me finally thank this delegation again for coming to see us and also rubbing minds, because it's important. What you've just mentioned to us here is like a guide. When we're also planning, we also have it in the back of our mind that the Federal Minister of Environment is doing this, is doing that for the Ogoni people, and that we, to complement what they're doing, we also need to do this and that, so that at the end, is our people, they need to be happy and have a better life. I read a book, they say Flash of Thoughts by the Prince of Dubai. What is the essence of government? The only reason why there should be government, the only reason why government should be there is to make sure that the people are happy. The people are happy when they have good education, affordable. The people are happy when they can get good health care, affordable. The people are happy when they work, what they earn, they can use that money to take care of themselves. So at the end of the day, you can see, you can't remove happiness from the core function or duty of a government. So let me, on this note, thank you again. I wish you a very pleasant stay. The hospitality of Rivers State is let me not use the word that you now go and say, why am I not adoring my state more than the state? But the fact is, you should have a story to say after 1 or 2 days here. So I wish you all the best, that the activity will go well tomorrow, and at the end, when you're going, safe journey back to your. Thank you.
Yeah.